What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X and Z1 Extreme gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna give this Tainted Grail Fall of the Avalon a try. So far, it seems like a pretty fun Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls kind of game, which is always fun for me. Although, in the very beginning of this one, I died a bunch of times just in the little tutorial portion, but it is what it is. It doesn't seem to give you very much health potions, which is the problem. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty because I didn't want to die constantly, and I'm still dying constantly. So, I'm gonna be like crazy once I actually play for real. I'll probably just play on the hardest difficulty like I usually do, and then die 200 billion times before I even get out of the tutorial. But it's what it is. I'm weird. I like doing that, because then I feel extra good when I finally do defeat the game and beat the game and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, it might have taken me twice as long as everybody else, but I fucking won, damn it. Anyway, why don't we go ahead? And, well, I have to wait for this Z1 Extreme to finish updating. It had like a 1.2 gig update, which actually took way longer to do on the Allies than on the Steam Decks. Especially on the Z1 Extreme, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it just sits there on some game updates and it just takes it forever compared to everything else. I think it's the SSD. I think either I have a dud or this thing just has a slow SSD from the get-go and everybody's just like that. I don't know. All I know is it overheats and struggles to do 20 fucking megabytes a second. It actually kind of reminds me of those, what is that storage that the original Steam Deck uses, that really small one, the 64 gig one. It's like that kind of storage. And it's not supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be an M.2. I don't know. Maybe they messed up and gave me the drive that's supposed to be in the cheaper model, but the cheaper model's drive on this one is also, I think, well, actually no, this was the cheapest one. Or actually no, there was one cheaper for like 300, but it was like 256 or something like that, so that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm blabbering on and on. Why don't we shut up and get to gaming? All right, as usual, we're gonna try 1080p high. It probably will not go very well. Especially because I believe I tried it native. Oh, nope, I guess I didn't. Okay, so it's not even technically 1080p. Alright, good. Because I think that would have gone even worse. But anyway, game time.
Show yourself! We're being watched. I will please you. Keep your eyes peeled. You fight like a real man. hear something? I've taken down.
Alright, now 900p medium settings, which goes a little bit better, but still not perfect 30 all the time, I don't believe. But we'll see. I did so many systems, it's hard to remember what did what. And now I usually just do voiceovers for the settings, so you guys can just have the game and all that stuff and not hear me yakking until the camera record portion. Then I talk a little here and there. Anyway, game time yet more.
Stay sharp. We ain't safe here. I won't leave you. We're being watched. Get down!
Now for 720p, which still does drop under 30 here and there every once in a while. Which is no fun, but hey, at least it's still mostly playable. I feel like most people could still play and have fun. And hopefully they will update this and it can get a little bit better performance. And if they do that, I will of course go and redo all these videos. Either way though, game time again.
is that supposed to I'm not giving up yet! I will bleed you. I'm not scared of you! I'll have your head on a pike! You'll be fertilizing the soil!
Now we're going to try the same thing out on the Ally X. We'll do 1080p, 900p, and 720p of course. And this one does have obviously a little more VRAM and a little bit more actual system memory too, which is always nice, and his faster RAM. So all in all, you get enough FPS every now and again, sometimes up to 5. But most of the time it's like 2 or 3. Mostly negligible unless you're just got them side by side and you're staring at it. And every once in a while, the Z1 Extreme I swear gets better frame times for whatever reason. Even though this one should win in every regard. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aimer's voice. Beautiful. Makes one eager to start work. Huh? Ah, yes, of course. So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Are we planning a trip to the Stale Lamb? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. Steward Orla will let me know when more arrives. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the sake of our long friendship? You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand. Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Wrong's, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Splendid. When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the rooster. Or just find me. I'll be around. Hey. Hello. Are you also wondering why the heck we need them? Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? Is it because one is less than two and less is worse? I mean, two lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as one, and ships don't even sail this way anymore. Symbolism. Yeah. Maybe. Whatever that is. Aye. Why would they? The waters are treacherous, so no ships. Storms and the weirdness are a deadly combination. Besides, who'd have the time to build or repair them? There are enough problems on the island. We don't need more. Well, not much going on here, as you can see. Things have been a bit different lately, due to the refugees. One was even hanged for theft, but I can't say much more as I wasn't there. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. You'll learn more about that fella, Swal, or whatever his name is. Aye, it's boring, but at least you don't have to pay to enter. But almost nobody goes there anyway. What do I think? As long as they follow the rules, they can stay. And if they don't, then they can hang. That's all. Folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. If they come closer, well, that wouldn't be too good. You can stay here and serve. Sit in the tavern, drink and eat something. If you're looking for an adventure, you'll have to go elsewhere. There's always something happening out in the world. But you know what? Here in the south, everything happens late. It's a big world out there, and a small one right here.
Alright, 900p time on the X now, which definitely goes quite a bit better than high. 1080p, but still not perfect by any means. I would probably just play on 720p low. Luckily it doesn't look that bad when you're just looking at the screen itself. And even that can't maintain a constant 60 everywhere. Most of the time it can, but there's definitely places where it cannot. But anyway, it is now time for the game.
Hey, you're heading to the village, right? Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him. I can't promise that talking to him will be any fun. Come to me afterwards. See you around.
Oh, mother have mercy. Not another one. That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people. The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested... Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets. Please, try not to make my...
Do you need help settling it? What a nasty business with... Be careful out there.
Just passing through.
We will now do 720p low on the Ally X here. And this is your best chance to get the best frame rate. And luckily on these little screens, it doesn't look that awful bad. It's not the greatest looking thing, but it's also not the worst. But, in any case, why don't we go ahead and go see how it does.
The sun doesn't rise the same anymore. Each day feels heavier.
bloody hell, look at this. The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders? I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace. At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want? One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit! They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my arse. So there. Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon. At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time. Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job. You're digging a little deep, aren't you? Bring me a drink, and I'll consider talking. Ah. So, what was your question? Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit. What's with all the questions? Get me... Ah. So, what was your question? That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't disown what's clearly mine. But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger. It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers, or they've never even touched a woman. Getting a bit cute. So, what was your question? You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious business. Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them. Or they think the Orns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day there was none of this scum. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction.
Hack knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business. You sure have a lot of questions, Crap? So, what was your question? I'm starting to like you, stranger. And trust me, it's been a long time since I liked, well, anybody. I liked me brothers in arms back in my glory days. Good lads, every damn one of them. Tough as nails, loyal to a fault. A kind of men you'd want beside you in the darkest holes of Avalon. But they're gone now, all of them. The old captain got it in his head to send us down to rediscover some mouldy tunnels under the keep. Damn fool mission that was. We went in together, but I was the only one to come back out. I can still see all their faces when I close my eyes. A hard loss it was, but I'm still here. Oh, some days I wonder why. What's got you so nosy? So, what was your question? Those tunnels, right. Well, me and the lads went down there to check if we could repurpose them under the horns. Damn fool mission that was. But here wasn't just some empty caves. There were monsters, straight out of Age of Legends. Sick stuff. Stuff to get under your skin. Looked like... hell, memory's all twisted up now. Like a bloody nightmare mixed with shadows that don't belong. Wanna know more? Speak with Fergus. He's in charge of this shit show now. Now, I propose a toast to those lost souls. This one's on me. Peace, you say. Problem is, sometimes I think they know.
Now for some camera recorded gameplay. Still on low, I think. Let's double check. Make sure it didn't go back to 1080p on us or something. Nope, still 720p. Still low. Just making sure. But yeah, isn't that crazy how now all of a sudden we're only getting like 20 FPS? I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but okay.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Cool, do you have more arrows for me? Sweet. Alright, so there's certain places it just still gets under 30 FPS. I'm sure the Steam Deck would have been the same. But it's still pretty playable. Obviously it's not going to be the greatest experience in the world, but still playable. Barely. I don't like these drops down to the 20s though. That always irks me in games. But it's kind of like Elden Ring. I played Elden Ring and it would sometimes drop down to these FPS on the Steam Deck, so... Although, truth be told, I was just leveling up, not really playing seriously. Alright. Oh. Oops. There we go. Now I've got a clear blow. Heck yeah.
Say your prayer. I'll teach you to respect me.
Beef. Cool. And it looked like there was some wolves down there, so why don't we go switch over to our bow. And now we've got that new one too. wolves are really, really strong, apparently. Alright, well at least they leave you alone after a while, but yeah, note to self, don't fuck with wolves yet. They will fuck you up. I think I'm supposed to be going this way. Probably to that village, or town. Hopefully not everything there wants me dead too.
What's happening? In the name of the old mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before. All right, true. Why didn't you, eh? You could have killed me. So you're not one of them bandits.
Nope, if I was, I would have killed you and burgled you.
Huh? This pit, I can't say I see it very clearly at this present moment, but it does look important, very official. But I remember Fergus said something about all this, these emblems once. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye
royal person on behalf of the
person
keepers.
On behalf of the keepers. You are a great friend to our home. Welcome. Please speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs things around here in the captain's absence. He'll greet thee properly. Have a pleasant rest of the day. Open it up, boys!
Yeah, these drops are pretty bad. It's borderline playable, but yeah. I'm sure the Steam Deck probably would have done the same thing had I gotten all the way here. So, some would probably still find this playable, but
Sir,
I don't know.
I haven't seen
The more
you
I
before.
play, the more I'm starting to be like, I wouldn't really want to play like this.
You don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Ocean let you
Well, who
in.
knows, maybe for some reason the Allies
He's
are
not
sucking,
drinking again,
and the
I
Steam
hope.
Deck would have gotten more FPS here. I don't know. But it seemed like it was struggling to stay over 30 in some of the spots I was at too, so that's why
Most
I'm willing to bet it
unfortunate.
probably would have reacted
That
about the same
explains
here.
why you just strutted
If
into
not
the
worse.
horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus.
Or is it because it's
and I
11
assume you already
watts?
know I'm the quartermaster here.
That's probably what it
Now
is.
state
It's
your
only at
business.
11 watts.
And please, try to be convincing. Or the walls of this fortress will be the last
Still
thing
on
you'll
turbo,
ever see.
but oh, that's why. Because we're on 19% battery. So it probably turned on like low
I
power
know.
mode even though I
And
didn't
that's why
tell
he's
it
still
to.
standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to
Although we'll see
certain
when we get to
people.
the Ally X.
They
If
mean
it's sitting
that
there
in
at 11
times of
watts too, maybe
trouble,
this game's just bugged or
These
something
people
on
will
these
always
handhelds.
find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. but nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pin only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway,
Alright, why is
welcome
my
to
phone
the horns
vibrating
of the
every
south.
5 seconds?
Make yourself at home.
Nothing I need to worry about. Just want to make sure it's not like somebody being like, hey, I need help or something. Or another package to get off the porch.
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon.
Well, darn it.
Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there? And have you helped any of my people? Or are you just here to wave that pin in my face again? First, show me you care, and then I'll take you to the captain. I can't have every random stray wasting his time. Not now, when the outcome of the war with its tribes is so precarious. I trust we understand each other.
Yeah, no, that technically makes sense. It's annoying, but I see where he's coming from.
Good. Come back when you've proven your worth to the horns of the south. Then we'll talk. We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there. Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem. Yes? Why not? If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
That's the kitchen. Where are said barracks? Just so I know. Oh, can't even go through that door. Can I go through this one? Yes. It's the barracks. I found it. But regardless, this thing's probably going to tell me it's at like 10% battery soon, so why don't we go ahead and move on to the Ally X? Well, now let's get ourselves a little camera-reported gameplay here on the Ally X. That one guy, like, drank all my alcohol. Although it's my choice, I'm the one that kept feeding it to him.
Oi, Noel! What if I pulled Excalibur from that stone, but it broke, but only at the tip? Would I still get to be...
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag. I'm not sure. I don't mean to say that you peasants all look the same, but you have to understand it's quite difficult for people like me to tell anyone apart in this dreariness. Especially since there seems to be so many people like you here. I thought the South was supposed to be more secluded. Well, I'm sorry if you felt offended. I won't bother you anymore.
So yeah, even this one seems to barely be able to stay over 30 FPS in some spots. I think the other one is mostly because it was just using low power because it was so low on battery. But I chalk that up to testing it out in a worst case scenario. And it was still decently playable, not the funnest, but still decently playable. Tomato! Guess these guys don't have much to say. I guess he does, the other guy sure didn't. He's almost like a kind of shop. Alright, I don't think I'm going to get much out of him. Something tells me. Huh, have I already talked to everybody in this village already? I feel like there's been a few more people to talk to. Yeah, I think that's it. I've pretty much been everywhere in the village already. It wasn't a very big village though, so not too surprising. There we go.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well,
I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be. So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole. But you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers. One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice. Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards. Surprising, isn't it? It seems that Quartermaster Fergus banned any kind of vigilante behaviour.
Interesting.
And the local healer said he wants to make sure whatever made Cole this way isn't contagious. So as long as that question remains unanswered, we're at a standstill. But honestly, if anything happens to that keeper, I have no doubt Cole will be killed and will be thrown out of the keep. This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time, it only got worse. We set up camp near the Arch Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Yeah. I could see that. You know, this one still has times where it drops down into the 20s too. Still playable most of the time, but just know there's going to be some times where you do drop under 30 even on low. And this one's not down at 11 watts, so that's not the reason. I don't know where those zombies I was supposed to kill are. Oh wait, already went up that way. So yeah, it's pretty playable, but it's got times like this where it's like, I hate when it drops into these kinds of FPSs. Luckily, nothing's going on, so it's not the biggest deal. It's just, doesn't feel very great. But in any case though, I think that's probably good, so why don't we go wrap this video on up? Alright guys, that's a wrap for Tainted Grail, Fall of the Avalon, and it definitely ran, but I have a feeling both it and the Steam Deck, when you get to these cities and stuff, probably gonna drop under 30 here and there. Much like Dragon's Dogma 2. That game could run in some spots okay, then you'd get to another part, you'd drop under 30, and in that one you'd sometimes drop into the teens. I don't think I saw too many teens There'd be some stutters where it would drop down to like 19 or something for a second, but it's not like we were walking around and you were just like, all right, wow, I'm getting 15, 16 FPS. This sucks, but don't get me wrong, stutters suck too. But I have a feeling most people would consider it still pretty playable. Me, I don't think I would have enjoyed playing it on the Steam Decks or the Allies, and I probably wouldn't enjoy playing it on the Firebat Mini PC either. But if I take myself out of all the expensive stuff I have, and all I had was these, I could make do with it if I really wanted to play the game, because I wouldn't care. I'd be like, hey, it's running, there's a picture on my screen, I'm gonna enjoy this game, you know? But in any case, that is all I got for this video though, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.